So here we'll be discussing about dispersion types and material dispersion. So dispersion in the optical fibers can be of two different types. One is chromatic dispersion or intramodal dispersion. The other is intermodal dispersion. So intramodal dispersion may be either a material dispersion or a waveguide dispersion, which are chromatic part of a fiber core or the fiber. So which makes the material and waveguide as the chromatic dispersion parts. Then we have a modal dispersion, which is the basic dispersion which occurs based on the different modes which are propagating in a fiber, leading to intramodal or different modes in a fiber, which is the intermodal dispersion which can happen. So a number of modes which can propagate through the fiber. Each of these modes will have their own propagation times. So that is a known thing. So each modes which are propagating in a fiber will have different propagation times, and the net effect of this spreading of a pulse which forms a dispersion is modal dispersion. So if I consider a modal dispersion to happen, it requires number of modes which can propagate into the optical fiber. Due to their different propagation times, we see that there is a modal dispersion which can occur in the optical fiber. Then modal dispersion normally takes in multimode fibers. It is moderately present in the graded index fiber, as we have seen earlier with a few diagrams, and also almost eliminated in single mode step index fibers, because we see that there are no multiple modes which are propagating in a single mode fiber. So almost there is elimination of this dispersion in these kind of fibers. Earlier we have discussed about intersymbol interference, which is a dispersion in a fiber. So how to avoid that intersymbol interference, or how to avoid this overlapping of the light pulses as the light waves propagate into the optical fiber? So that is done by considering the bit rate. So the bit rate must be selected in such a way that it must be less than the reciprocal of the pulse duration. So if I consider a broadened pulse duration, it is 2 tau. So the digital bit rate or the bit rate must be always lesser than the reciprocal of the broadened pulse duration. So it is Bt should be always lesser than or equal to 1 by 2 times the duration of the pulse to tau. The maximum bit rate can be considered by the equation Bt max equal to or approximately equal to 0.2 by sigma bit per second, and the maximum bandwidth is one half the maximum data rate, which is given by Bt max equal to 2b, or b equal to half of Bt max. So bandwidth is always the maximum bit rate by 2 or half of the maximum bit rate. Then, according to your problem, we see that a multimode graded index fiber is going to exhibit total pulse broadening of 0.1 microseconds over a distance of 15 kilometers, which is to estimate the maximum possible bandwidth on the link, assuming there is no ISI. And second is the pulse dispersion per unit length. Third is the bandwidth length product of the fiber. So the maximum possible optical bandwidth, which can be considered equivalent to the maximum possible bit rate, because here we consider there is no ISI, there is no intersymbol interference, so that Bt will be equal to 1 by 2 tau. So that is a condition to be satisfied in order to avoid ISI. So if I want to avoid ISI, I can say that Bt should be less than or equal to 1 by 2 times tau. So which is giving me 2 into zero point 0.1 microseconds, which is equal to 1 by 2 into 0.1 microseconds is 5 megahertz. So this is the maximum bandwidth, or this is the bit rate what we consider here in this example. Then the dispersion per unit length can be obtained by directly considering what is the total dispersion given. It is 0.1 microsecond, and it is for a distance of 15 kilometers. So dispersion per unit length is dispersion per 1 kilometer length of the fiber, which is 0.1 microseconds divided by the total length of the fiber, which is 15 kilometers. So it is equal to 6.67 nanoseconds per kilometer. So that is the amount of dispersion which exists in the optical fiber. Then the bandwidth length product can be obtained in two different ways. Either we can directly multiply the value of Bt with the length of the fiber, which is L. So which is 5 megahertz multiplied by 15 kilometers, that is 75. 5 into 15, 75 kilometer megahertz kilometer. Alternatively, I can also do that with a different method, that is B opt or that is optical bit rate or Bt into L is equal to 1 by 2 times the dispersion. So that is 6.67 into 10 power minus 6, which is giving me 75 megahertz kilometers. Then we have material dispersion. So pulse spreading or pulse broadening due to material dispersion results from different group velocities. So different group velocities of various spectral components. So we see that different group velocities of various spectral components launched into the fiber from an optical source. And it occurs when the phase velocity of the plane wave varies non-linearly with wavelength. So which propagates into the dielectric medium or the fiber core is going to vary non-linearly with the wavelength. So there is a problem due to which the material dispersion occurs. So if I mathematically consider this concept of material dispersion, the material is said to exhibit material dispersion whenever the second differential of the refractive index with respect to wavelength is not equal to 0. So I say that d square n, which is the refractive index of the material with respect to the wavelength, that is lambda, is not equal to 0. That is d square n divided by d square d lambda square is not equal to 0. So if this is a condition in a material, it has to exhibit the material dispersion. So that is d square n by d lambda square is not equal to 0. Now we can have an equation for a group delay. Group delay is represented by tau g. So tau g, tau represents delay, g represents group. So group delay is equal to d times beta by d omega. So this we have already seen, propagation constant divided by velocity. So this is equal to 1 by c into n1 minus lambda into d n1 by d lambda. So this is the equation what we get for a group delay or expressed for a group delay, where n1 is the refractive index of the core material and lambda is the operating wavelength. The pulse delay is represented by tau m. The pulse delay is due to the material dispersion in a fiber in a length of the fiber which is L. So tau m is L by C into n1 minus lambda into d n1 by d lambda. So we are just multiplying this tau m by L. Then for a source with RMS spectral width, so this is the expression for RMS spectral width, and a mean wavelength of lambda, the RMS pulse broadening due to material dispersion is defined as tau m, and it may be obtained from the expansion of an equation in the form of Taylor series expansion method, where sigma m is given by sigma is equal to sigma lambda, sigma m is equal to sigma lambda into d tau m by d lambda, the first derivative, plus sigma lambda into 2 d square tau m by d lambda square plus so on. So in this equation, this is the Taylor series expansion method applied. So in this equation, the first term is giving us the highest value, which means that this term is dominating this particular equation. So we say that the first equation or the first term in the equation is dominating, the remaining terms can be ignored, so that sigma m is approximately equal to sigma lambda into d tau m by d lambda. So now we can differentiate tau m, which is dependent on the wavelength, which is pulse spreading. So it can be evaluated by differentiating it with respect to lambda. So d tau m by d lambda equal to L into lambda by C. So I am just differentiating the LHS and RHS. So if I differentiate RHS, I get for L by C as L into lambda by C into N1 as with respect to lambda I am differentiating. So it is d N1 by d lambda minus d square N1 by d lambda square minus d N1 by d lambda. So we are going to find the derivative of this with respect to lambda, which is d N1 by d lambda. So these two terms are positive and negative terms, so that these two can be cancelled out. So which is giving us minus L lambda by C into d square N1 by d lambda square. So therefore I can substitute it to obtain sigma s, that is RMS pulse broadening which occurs due to material dispersion, as sigma m is approximately equal to sigma lambda into L by C into only the magnitude. Since we have minus L by C, I want to remove that minus sign. So I will just consider it as a magnitude with which I can remove the minus sign which is in the equation. So lambda into d square n1 by d lambda square. So this is a magnitude of or modulus of d square n1 by d lambda square into lambda. So hence the material dispersion parameter can be defined by capital M, which is equal to 1 by L into d tau m by d lambda, which is equal to lambda by C into magnitude of d square m1 by d lambda square. So it is often expressed in the unit of PS nanometer inverse, nanometer inverse, kilometer inverse. So this is how we are going to represent an equation for material dispersion parameter. Now, a problem based on this to find material dispersion parameter and pulse spreading or material dispersion parameter M. So, a glass fiber exhibits material dispersion given by this equation of 0.0025. Determine the material dispersion parameter. So capital M has to be determined at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. So lambda is given as 0.85 micrometer, and estimate the RMS pulse broadening per kilometer for a good LED source with an RMS spectral width of 20 nanometer. So RMS spectral width of 20 nanometer is specified at this particular wavelength. We have to find the material dispersion parameter capital M. So capital M is given by lambda by C into magnitude of d square m by d lambda square, which is equal to, which can be equated to 1 by C lambda into magnitude of lambda square into d square m1 by lambda square. So if I substitute the given values in this equation, I can get material dispersion parameter equal to 98.1 PS per nanometer per kilometer. So this is the equation with the unit, this is the value with the unit what we define for a material dispersion parameter for these values which are specified in this particular problem. So the RMS pulse broadening can be obtained as sigma m is equal to sigma lambda into L by C into magnitude of lambda into d square m by d lambda square. So therefore, in terms of material dispersion under a parameter capital M, we see that sigma m is equal to sigma lambda into Lm. So the RMS pulse broadening per kilometer due to the material dispersion is given by this. So for a kilometer length of the fiber, we see that 20 into 98.1 into 10 power minus 12. So this is what we defined as capital M. So that is 20 kilometer, which is the length of the fiber, and sorry, it is spectral width of the fiber. So it is 20 nanometer, and 20 into 98.1 into 10 power minus 12, what we get 1.96 into 10 power minus 9 or nano seconds, or directly we can write ns per kilometer. So this is the pulse broadening or RMS pulse broadening, what we get, which is dependent on the material dispersion parameter capital M. Then there is a variation of the material dispersion parameter with the wavelength, what we consider here. So in this graph, we see that the material dispersion capital M. So material dispersion capital M starts to reduce with increase in the operating wavelength lambda. So at a particular point where the lambda is 1.3 micrometer, we see that there is a region which is of negligible material dispersion. It means that the material dispersion is zero at this particular point where the lambda is 1.3 micrometer. So this is called as region of negligible material dispersion. So it may be observed that the material dispersion is tending to zero in a longer wavelength region, which is around 1.3 micrometer for a pure silica material. So at 1.3 micrometer wavelength, we see that the material dispersion tends to be negligible, which is zero. So for a longer wavelength, the material dispersion may be minimized. So how it is, or what are the sources based on which we can minimize it? So that is the use of injection laser rather than using an LED, light emitting diode. If I am using injection laser as the optical source, it can reduce the pulse broadening which is due to material dispersion. So the pulse broadening finally can be reduced by proper selection of the optical source like injection laser instead of a light emitting diode, LED, because LED causes more material dispersion. So if I use a LED as an optical source, material dispersion is very high. If the material dispersion is high, the pulse broadening occurs. If the pulse broadening has to be reduced, instead of using LED, I have to choose injection laser as an optical source, which has got a very less amount of material dispersion to happen, so that pulse broadening can be reduced. So material dispersion is nothing but total broadening of a light pulse due to intramodal dispersion in a multimode fiber. So it is the total broadening of a light pulse due to intramodal dispersion in a multimode fiber. And there is a problem based on this. Estimate the RMS pulse broadening per kilometer for the fiber when the optical source used is an injection laser. So if I use a laser, then the material dispersion has to be very less, which reduces the pulse broadening with a relative spectral width of sigma lambda by lambda of 0.0012 at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. So the RMS spectral width may be obtained from the relative spectral width by sigma lambda is equal to 0.0012 lambda, which is 0.0012 into 0.85 micrometers, which is giving us 1.02 nanometers. So the RMS pulse broadening in terms of material dispersion can be obtained by sigma m is equal to sigma lambda into Lm. So sigma m is equal to 1.02 into 1 into 98.1. So which is 0.1 nanoseconds per kilometer. So using this, I can find what is the RMS pulse broadening per kilometer for the fiber when we are using the optical source as an injection laser, and on using this we can reduce the amount of dispersion which occurs in an optical fiber. So the wavelength is specified as 0.85 micrometer. So with the increase in the wavelength, we can reduce the amount of RMS spectral bandwidth which can occur in the optical fiber.